staying inside because it is really just that bitterly cold outside. Quite frankly, it was a busy night for folks at many hospitals nationwide. Perhaps not here at ECMC. We're here with Dr. Brian Clemency, the ER attendee. Good morning to you. What exactly are you seeing here in terms of the cold weather, people coming in with hypothermia, frostbite?
We've been lucky. Our volume was very low today. I think Buffalo residents got the message to stay inside.
Which is good, and ultimately that's the message that a lot of people want to know, want to hear, is to stay inside, which is why a lot of schools were closing, in fact, keeping children home. What is your advice for folks who might need to venture out today?
I think if you don't have to go out, don't. If you do, you need to know your limits. If you're starting to feel cold, you need to make sure you're bundled appropriately and limit your exposure to being outside, and of course limit your exposure to drugs and alcohol, which puts you at an increased risk of hypothermia.
And let's talk about hypothermia. What are some of the signs exactly?
Well, the first is we just feel cold. We feel it in our fingertips, we feel it in our body. As our body temperature continues to drop, we start to shiver. That happens usually around 95 degrees Fahrenheit. As we drop below 90, we stop shivering, so our body loses the ability to regulate our own temperature, and that's when we became confused and altered and get worse and worse and worse.
So ultimately, if you show any of these symptoms, you want to come into an emergency room, see a doctor.
If you have confusion associated with cold weather, absolutely need to come in right away. If you begin to shiver, maybe just going in where it's warm and regulating yourself is a first step. But once you stop shivering and start being confused, or people around you start showing those symptoms, absolutely finding more help is appropriate.
All right, Dr. Clemency, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, the main idea, just stay inside if at all possible. Again, many schools are closed this morning, so the best idea, perhaps, grab a cup of coffee and sit by the fire today. We're live at ECMC at Drench News 4 Wake Up.